Hey, what's up guys, TheCampingRusher here. Welcome back, Fortnite OG. We are, 3-4 days in now, still having fun. I hope you're feeling the same. Today's video, lots to talk about. Some to do with Chapter 5. Of course, if you missed the last video, the entire Chapter 5 map got leaked. The one that's dropping in a month, it's a work in progress map. I got it on your screen there. Codename Helios, and we've got more info on top of that today. And then, yes, of course, discussion on what's going on right now. And then OG, will it be a permanent mode? There is a reason we need to talk about this. So stick around. First, yes, showed you the map. We're going to go back to Chapter 5 in a second, but I want to talk about what just happened, and that is that Epic has increased the spawn rate of small shields and big shields by about 20%. So you're going to see about 20% more of both of those things showing up. I think this is the right move. I've probably logged 12, 13 hours of gameplay already. Absolutely loving Fortnite OG. And yeah, potions are a little too scarce. And I'm a fan of the less of them being around, no overpowered slurp juice, like the strategy. And we've been playing zero build, so getting the angles and picking the right fights, it really matters. But going through 8 chests at the start of a game and not finding any shield, it's a little too much. This is the perfect change, I think, so let me know how that feels. Also, Fortnite OG Reboot Rally rewards. Here are the rewards. You can see the 4 of them there, and I think we've touched on this already, but I did want to point out, with the rewards, it does kind of match the style of this Oro Remix Survey skin. So I'm thinking, I'm not saying this skin's going to be free, it just might release alongside these rewards. The thing is, this is already going on. It's basically a Fortnite OG season-long reboot rally. So I guess that means it could release at any time. Maybe I'm just trying to speak this into existence, right? I think this skin looks so good, and it's just the perfect time to release it. We have the whole month. Apparently, it will be going on. I'll link this down below if you're interested in rebooting some buddies. If there's anyone left who hasn't played yet, if you missed the news, right? We had 44.7 million players played Fortnite in one day, the biggest day in Fortnite history on Saturday. So yeah, Fortnite is back with this OG release. Okay, let's talk a little bit about that Chapter 5 map. I showed you it earlier in the video here. There's a few biomes we know about, and I'll remind you quickly. The Sakura biome, that's the one with the cherry blossoms. Then we should have a boreal forest, a tundra, and a chaparral biome, according to the files. And the new piece of information today is that the boreal biome POI apparently is going to have an aurora showing in the sky. And yeah, I think one thing I will say, like, there's going to be a lot of debate, right? When the end of this season OG ends and we're going to a new map, you know, it's going to be a sad time because so many people are here and we're probably going to see more people leave again. However, one thing I will say, I bet this next chapter will be the most beautiful scenery-wise, graphics-wise we have ever seen. And I think we can agree Chapter 4 was like that. I bet they step it up another level here for Chapter 5. So that is one thing I'm excited for. And again, I don't want to talk about the future too much because I don't want to rush through this season. I'm just enjoying it. I'm having fun. Some more info here. Fortnite times cars. Lightning McQueen from Cars is getting added to Rocket League, and Rocket League cars are getting added to Fortnite, of course, during Chapter 5 for the Rocket League racing mode. So, with that being said, yeah, there's a decent chance we see Lightning McQueen make his way, I guess it is, into Fortnite with the release of the racing mode. We think the racing mode launches with Chapter 5, which again, December 3rd, not too long away. And if you're able to import cars, which we know you're going to be able to, and Lightning McQueen is a car, you should be able to import Lightning McQueen. There's our info. There's the web of how it all works, why we think what we think. Let's talk a little bit about live events, specifically the Cube. And we've discussed a few times about the Cube making a return. Apparently, though, the Cube spawning and mini events will not be happening again in this season. The weird part is, and the reason we said it was, and not Cray here is talking about it, the Cube rolling stuff, the Cube, the ruins planting on the ground, all of that stuff is in the files. So it looks like they were wanting to do this. Like, they were wanting to do the cube rolling around the map again, and us getting to track Kevin and just see it, and then it going into the loot lake. They have all that ready to go. It wasn't perfected yet. Some things weren't working. So I feel like maybe they ran out of time and just weren't able to pull this off. So a little unfortunate. Obviously, the cube is just going to appear with the Cube Island, and that's next week, November 9th. And that's the other part, right? We're 3 days away from the big map change. So all of this would have to happen in the next 3 days, and there's no indication of that happening. So unfortunately, fortunately, we will see the cube. Unfortunately, we're just not going to see it all play out in mini live event form. With the final stage of the Fortnite OG map, we've got November 9th coming up. That's second stage. The 16th is third. And then the 23rd, that's when the countdown for the live event will begin. Season 9 and Season X. The meteor will appear. And in the background, I'm showing you a clip of what the meteor looks like, what it looks like inside. The meteor will also feature the visitors pod once again, and it will be open, just like it was in Chapter 1. So we're not sure how this live event's going to play out. There will be similarities to our first black hole event, but there, of course, will be a lot of differences. And we've talked a lot in depth about it. We will talk more in depth about it. But to sum it up, the time machine will be attached to a rocket. The rocket will launch. And we know more, but let's leave it there today. I guess one other piece, as I say that, there is one other piece here. Some stuff that is associated with DRN, which is the Chapter 4 of End Event code name, and it'll sort of play a part in the event. BR map DRN/A, this is probably used to unload the map during the event. The map will go away. And then Loot Lake Island and Meteor and Rocket. So those three things are for sure involved. Quick look at Chapter 5/Delmar Grass. A random piece of info, but yes, Chapter 5, racing mode grass. I mean, it looks nice, doesn't it? We'll throw it in the video, though. Let's keep you updated. Now, the final thing we are going to talk about here, and it's this big debate on what are they going to do after this season. Like, I don't even think they expected to break records like this. Like, even now, time of filming this video, it's a Monday. We're in the middle of the afternoon, and there's 4 million people playing. Like, that's almost double of the peak of what we've seen since they started tracking these stats. Like, the numbers are insane. So, is there a chance because of this? Like, how do they keep some of these players, right? How do they keep this going long term? And so a big debate is, will Fortnite OG become a permanent separate mode? And Akko brings up some good points here, and I want you guys to add to this discussion in the comments below to not divide the player base too much, because that's the big thing, right? You do this big OG mode thing on its own, and then you release Chapter 5. Well, I got a feeling that people might try out Chapter 5 for a day or so, and then everyone will just go play OG. Will there even be enough players to fill all the Chapter 5 modes because OG is such a success? So, to not divide the player base too much, just build mode, just zero build mode, no ranked, actual quests, all that stuff is for the Chapter 5 map, so there's a reason to prioritize that. Although I want this and agree with it, my other thought would be, does the OG, because it's only a month long, because it's been so long, does that add to it, right? The scarcity of this OG season, does that add to the fun? And I don't really know, like, because right now we're just in the midst of it, so yes, I want it to last forever. Would I play it consistently if this just stayed the same for, a year straight? I don't know that. I don't know. It coming back once in a while, like they've done here, might be the better play. I'm just really bringing this up for discussion. It's a weird time. It's a good problem for Epic to have, right? They got a lot of players interested in the game, but how do you lose as little as possible? Thanks for watching. Touch that like button, subscribe. Take care. Talk soon. Goodbye.